Hello dear friends, welcome to all of you in this video. Today in this video we are going to talk about the emergence of Mahmud of Ghazni and his subsequent invasions on India. He is the same Mahmud of Ghazni who's infamous for his brutal invasion on the temple of Somnath located in Gujarat of India. So let's start the story. Well, the story begins in 963 AD when a Turkish slave commander of Samanid dynasty, Alaptigin, established an independent principality at Kabul. When Alaptigin died, he was succeeded by his slave and son-in-law, Sabuktigin, but not immediately. After a series of unworthy successors and after a brief period of misrule by an autocratic ruler called Pirai. But somehow he succeeded. This was the period when the region of Afghanistan witnessed friction and confrontations between the Muslim invaders and the Hindu kings. So in the same chain of events, Jayapala, the Hindu king of Bhandpur, mustered an army from the regions of Delhi, Ajmer, Kannauj and Kalinjar and invaded Sabuktigin. In this battle, the Hindu army led by Jayapala was defeated, and as a reward, Sabuktigin was appointed as the governor of Ghazni. Ghazni was located on a plateau, and the plateau was located between Kabul and Kandahar. So still he was just a governor under the Samanid rulers. When Sabuktigin died, the nobility present at his court chose his younger son, Ismail, to succeed him. But his elder son, Mahmud, Abul Qasim al-Mahmud, declared his rebellion and imprisoned his own younger brother in 998 AD, and after doing so, declared himself to be the governor of Ghazni. Later on, he bolstered his position by capturing the northwestern portion of Afghanistan, including Bamiyan, Balkh and Herat. And in 999 AD, he killed the last Samanid ruler, Abdul Malik. After doing so, he received a robe of honor from the Caliph, and he adopted exalted titles like Yaminud Dawla, Aminul Mullah, etc. And in this way, the first Sultan of Ghazni was born, who was Mahmud Ghazni. After becoming the Sultan, he took a vow to wage holy war against Al-Hind, means India, every year. For the first time, after becoming the Sultan, he invaded against Al-Hind by invading Peshawar. And what happened afterwards is known as Battle of Peshawar, which was fought between the army of Mahmud of Ghazni and this ruler, Jayapala. Well, before jumping into the details of the invasion, let's talk about Peshawar and its historical importance. Well, Peshawar's ancient name was Purushpura, and it was gateway to the Khyber Pass, the same Khyber Pass using which many invasions happened in India. Well, it was the sixth or the seventh most beautiful city of the world at that time. It was considered as the gem of the Bactrian Empire, which held sway over Takshila. It was so important that Seleucus Nicator had gifted this city to Chandragupta Maurya when he married off his daughter Helena to him. Later on, it also served as the capital of Kushana Empire, and Kanishka built a magnificent Buddhist stupa here. It also became the center of Gandhara School of Art later on. Well, now let's come back to the details of the invasion. So, Mahmud convened a war council, and in his war council, he declared that the invasion against Al-Hind, starting from Peshawar, was for widening the dominions of Islam. And as a result, he secured support of all his fellow Muslims. And in the battle that followed, Jayapala was defeated by Mahmud and was released only on the condition of receiving 50 elephants and 2 lakh dirhams. Mahmud also took his son and grandson as hostages till the time the demands were met. This defeat was so humiliating and heartbreaking for Jayapala that he committed self-immolation after sitting on a funeral pyre. And in the subsequent years of 1002 AD and 1003 AD, Mahmud of Ghazni was busy in suppressing the rebellion of Sistan, today called Sijistan. So this was the Battle of Peshawar. Now, after the Battle of Peshawar, Mahmud turned his attention towards another kingdom called Bhatia. Well, in 1004 AD, Mahmud Ghazni crossed the river Indus near Multan and reached to a fortified city. The city was called Bhatia. It was being ruled by a vassal of Anandapala, the son of brave Jayapala. His name was Baji Rai. So Baji Rai was the ruler of city of Bhatia. In the battle that followed, Baji Rai was defeated. He ran away to jungles and committed suicide there. Bhatia was overrun and was converted to Islam. After this, the ultimate ambition of Mahmud was Multan. Bhatia was just the stoppage, we can say. So, ultimate aim of Mahmud was Multan here. Now, before talking about his invasion of Multan, we have to talk about the Karmashian rebellion. Okay. Because Multan was being ruled by a Karmashian leader or Karmashian Shia ruler, Daud. So before talking about the invasion of Multan, we have to know about a brief history of Karmashian rebellion. Well, Karmashian was an Ismaili Shia sect who rebelled against the tottering Abbasid Caliphate. Abbasid Caliphate faced serious challenges by this Karmashian Shia sect. The Karmashian reached their pinnacle of political power under a person called Sayyid al-Janabi, who declared that the sacred Hajj pilgrimage was nothing but a superstition, and he instigated raids and riots against the Hajj pilgrims across the Arabian Peninsula. Such was his hate against Sunnis that he filled the Zamzam well with the corpses of Sunni Muslims. And he not only sacked Mecca and Medina, he also carted off the black stone of Kaaba to Al-Ahsa, means the Eastern Arabian Peninsula, Eastern Arabia, and compelled the Abbasids to pay significant and massive ransom to return it. So such was intense his hate against the Sunnis. Well, this was the Karmashian rebellion, and these were the Karmashian people. And because of the terror they instilled in the hearts of Sunni Muslim and the ruckus they created in the region, for the next 20 years, the Hajj was suspended. So now let's come to the Multan. So Multan in the early 10th century was ruled by one of the same Karmashian rulers. Okay, and this time he was a minor chieftain. His name was Abul Fath Daud. Daud had friendly relations with Sabuktigin, and he also continued to maintain them with Mahmud also. But Mahmud had a problem with the propagation of Shia faith by Daud, and hence he became his enemy. Now there's an adage that enemy's enemy is a friend. Okay, following the same policy, Anandapala had offered active support, patronage, and assistance to Daud against Mahmud. And in the battle that followed, the Battle of Multan, the combined army of Anandapala and Daud both were defeated by Mahmud. Anandapala fled to Kashmir, and Daud fled to an island of Indus. Multan was completely overrun by Mahmud, and majority of its population was converted to Sunni Islam, Sunni branch of Islam. So this is the background how Mahmud reached to the frontiers of India. And in the next video, we will talk about his invasions of Al-Hind or invasions of India. So thanks for watching the video.